Mission 10, air to air. Let's have a look. Air to air HUD, symbology, Go 8, aim 9, profiles, depot, 2 drones. Oh, it's gonna be nice. Okay. Task 2-1. 2-2 is gonna be SNL right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Course, Budweiser, Guinness, Course, Budweiser, Moapa. Okay, what's that? Oh, that's one of those drone Vipers, or not? Have 16 drones, yeah. Aim 9 is one with the gun. That's gonna be fun. Let's start up. APO. Oh, we don't need presets. Okay. It's moving. Let's set up kneeboards. The other way. Let's start up. Number 1. Start up number 1. Let's go. Let's get show going. Turn on pitot heat just in case already. Take off, trim is set. Okay. Fire. It's okay. Number 1 is up. Let's wake up number 2. Knowledge. Load all. 202. Skid. Shadow 202. Okay. Looks okay. Switch off my APU. Let's go to the radios. 3-3. Up front we're gonna put, let's put Dark Star we need in the air. God, we'll just wait for the front radio. 270.1.
Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Tango and advise aircraft type on first contact. Nellis Air Force Base information Tango, time 1455. Wind 330 at 10. Visibility greater than 10 miles. View 8,000 feet. Temperature 28. Dew point 11. Altimeter 30.09. Runways in use 03 right 21 left. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Tango and advise aircraft type on first contact. Nellis.
On FM Freak, use F10 to check in with Biff. Okay. Options. Take 10. Take 1.
Tusk, check in. Cruise up, 5 by. 1 copies.
I'm ready to taxi, F10 to inform Biff. Okay, well I'm almost done. My INS is aligned. Aggie. Let's get my... Okay. Let's see, I don't have to squawk anything, do I? Rotation 127. Takeoff speed 137. Okay. These are all new waypoints. So let's just go for ground clearance delivery 289.4. Options. Options. Take 10. Take 1.
Leeds got a good jet. 2 has a good jet, ready taxi. Raj, let me get our clearance and we'll roll.
Okay. Clearance.
Nellis clearance, Tusk 2, clearance on request, ready to copy.
Tusk 2, clear.
Clearance expect range entry at Elgin via the A-10 TAC North departure is filed. Climb and maintain Angel 6. Expect 12,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 385.4, Squawk 4031.
A-10 TAC North, range entry at Elgin, climb for 6,000, 12,000, 10 minutes after departure. Can I get that squawk again, please, for Tusk 2?
4031.
Tusk 2, readback correct. Squawk is 4031.
That's 4031 for Tusk 2. Thanks, guys.
Waypoint manual. No, I don't need that one. I just need
Push ground.
push ground.
2 is up.
275.8.
Ground, Tusk 2 is 2 A-10s with Tango at the Revets for 03 right.
Tusk 2, Nellis ground. Runway 03 right, taxi via Golf. Alpha. Hold short at Alpha. Tango is current.
Tusk 2, taxi Golf Alpha, hold short at Alpha.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Golf Alpha.
2.
Let's see. I think we have to go there. Brake is working.
The game plan for today is that we're going to head up into Elgin, and you and I will look at and discuss a few things. After that, we'll head to the north into Caliente Charlie, and we'll turn some with the drones and shoot a few live AIM-9s and even do some aerial gunnery. We will not spend a lot of time discussing tactics and the RBFM. We'll leave that to the fighter community. Sounds great. Excited to do some air-to-air for a change? For sure. It's always fun turning with another jet. Agreed. Most of the time, everything we do is in sim, so actually getting to shoot at some drones is going to be rad. Is this something we get to do very often? No, not at all. It does happen from time to time, but not too often within the A-10 community. Roger.
Okay.
Tusk 2, switch tower. 327.7. So long.
Tusk 2, switching tower. See ya.
Three to 7.7. Let's go to the old shoreline. Am I getting anything here? Options. Options. It's just. To 7.7. Okay.
2's up on tower. Ready for departure? Yep. Nellis Tower, Tusk 2, holding 03 right at Alpha, ready for departure.
Good.
Tusk 2, tower, winds 330 at 10, cleared for takeoff runway 03 right.
Change departure.
Change
Tusk 2,
departure.
clear for takeoff, 03 right. See ya.
Okay, let's do a quick test. Okay. So on my seat. Thing set. Zero 3. There we go. Turn on my hammocks. Steer. $90 in the green. Okay. No release. Okay, speed is active. Turn off nose wheel steering. One to 9. Rotate. Gear up. Flaps. Landing light. It's apex. Truck stop 6,000 feet. Okay.
Two's on departure. Biff, let me know when you pass apex. Wilco.
Was it 6,000? Okay. Let's reduce speed to 200 for the rejoin. 650 ITT.
2 is passing apex.
I'm not passing apex. Now let's departure. .385.4.
Departure. Tusk 2 is passing apex on the A-10 TAC North.
It's another 3 miles, dude.
Test 2, now's departure. Radar contact. Turn left heading 010. Maintain 6,000 until Dry Lake. Contact Blackjack on 377.8.
Left for 010, maintain 6,000 and switching Blackjack.
377.8.
Up.
Raj. Blackjack, Tusk 2, check in.
Tusk 2, Blackjack, send it.
Tusk 2 is north of Nellis in the climb, looking for entry at Elgin.
Tusk 2, entry approved as requested. You own Elgin and Caliente Charlie. Surface to Angel 17 until 0930 local. No traffic expected in Elgin. Traffic above your block from 0900 in Elgin. Monitor this freak for updates.
Entry at Elgin. Elgin and Caliente Charlie until 0930, Tusk 2.
Let's push for steer 3 and get to a stable orbit at Angels 15. Once established, we'll start today's lesson.
Steer 3.
Roger, heading for steer 3.
Angels 15, steer 3. Let's increase speed. He is already on my wing. Okay. Another 3 minutes, yeah. Steer to from. Let's get on the green line. Oh, this is not. Two. This is weird. Okay, well.
Alright, this should be good. Ready to proceed.
As you may know, the A-10 has a few air-to-air kills to its credit. In Operation Desert Storm, Captain Swain strafed the BO-105. He was flying 770-205, which is now on a stick at the U.S. Air Force Academy. According to his account, when the rounds hit the chopper, it looked like it was hit by a bomb. The second kill was against another helicopter and also in Operation Desert Storm. This time it was Captain Sheehy in 810964 shooting down an Mi-8 with a gun. Last I knew, 964 is still proudly serving with the 23rd Fighter Wing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've seen both, actually.
Neat. As you can tell from these two instances over the 30-plus year operational history of the A-10, air-to-air is not something that is common for the hog community, but it can certainly happen, so we need to train to it. Despite being designed explicitly for the air-to-ground role, the A-10 is definitely not helpless in a dogfight. Ironically, some of the features that make it so great at its air-to-ground role help against other aircraft. As a matter of fact, there have been many humbled Hornet, Viper, and Eagle pilots, and even a Raptor driver, turning circle, and there are not too many fixed-wing aircraft that can out-radius us. If you're flying against someone who has never fought a hog, you can usually catch them off guard and get the kill if you're quick about it. In the A-10, you're good for about one turn. After that, your energy state is low and it becomes a game of survival until a wingman can help you out.
Copy that.
Like any fight, we're going to want to try and drive the fight to exploit our strengths in regards to both ourselves and our equipment. With us not having a great deal of thrust at our disposal, trading altitude for knots is something we're probably going to have to do, if we can, to survive. Heading for the deck has the added effect of taking the fight somewhere where we, as A-10 drivers, should feel comfortable and have the advantage. Your average fighter puke is not going to have a great deal of experience down low, and with any luck, he'll fly the damn thing into the ground. After all, a maneuver kill is a kill.
Hell yeah, it is.
The only thing with taking the fight into the weeds is that once we're down there, we're stuck down there. We don't have the thrust to climb away, and once your opponent realizes he can check out with a zoom climb, you're now a sitting duck with nowhere to go.
Yeah, I can see how that could be problematic.
Indeed. Okay, I'll shut up for a while. We'll pick it up when we get to Tier 3.
Okay, another 2 minutes to get there. Alright, almost 4 o'clock local time. We're coming up to Tier 3. Get yourself into an orbit and we'll start the lesson. Okay. .15 degrees orbit.
All right.
Oh.
I think I'm happy with this. Go ahead and begin when ready.
Firstly, let's get into air-to-air mode by depressing the master mode control button for more than 1 second. It does not matter what mode you're in, be it nav, CCIP, guns, or CCRP. Pressing it for over a second will go straight to air-to-air mode. Let me know when you're in air-to-air mode.
Guns, air to air.
I'm now in air-to-air mode.
Actually, let's also go ahead and put the master arm into train so we can look at symbology without shooting anything for now. Also put the pack switch into the gun arm position too.
Pack switch, gun arm. Gun pack arm, gun arm. Okay.
Master arm is set to training, and gun arm is set as well.
You know what we should have went over first? Disregard, we'll come back to that. Okay, looking at the air-to-air HUD, there is not a whole awful lot of difference between it and the other modes. Basically, all we get with it is the gun aiming symbology, which there is a lot going on there, and the AIM-9 Seeker reticle.
Roger.
Below your airspeed in the HUD, you should see MAN 6, just above DTAS mode, and FOM. This indicates that we're currently using the manual profile within the air-to-air submenu. With the HUD SOI DMS left and right short, we'll cycle through the active air-to-air submenu profiles. There are 10 default profiles for fixed and rotary winged assets. Additionally, you have 2 with parameters that are manually set, one for fixed wing and one for rotary. We'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. For now, just go ahead and cycle through the profiles and note how the funnel changes a bit with each one.
Okay, DMS left and right. We'll cycle through the profiles. HUD SOI. Su-24, F-15, A-10. How the funnel? I don't have a funnel yet. Oh, there is the funnel. Here's the funnel. F-15. This that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 profiles, not 10. Below your airspeed in the HUD, you should see A-10 just above DTAS mode and FOM. What is DTAS mode and what is FOM? DMS left and right, yeah.
Alright, I'm happy with that.
Why is this
Closing in
blinking?
behind me here, I think it might make the next bit a little easier. Drop back on my stick, maybe a quarter mile to a half mile behind me, and when you're set up and happy, let me know and we'll move on.
Let's intercept. Put it on A-10. This way. Okay, there he is. Doing 288. So half a mile. Take some speed back. Let's keep it there.
Check 6.
I see you back there. One more thing before we go any further. Please, for the love of God, make sure you're in train and not armed on that master arm switch, please.
Okay. Check.
Master arm verified, set to training.
Alright, let's have a look at the gun-related symbology a little bit more in depth. The gun funnel is the most obvious part of this. The purpose of the funnel is to help you in lining up a gunshot. It does this by taking into account the target's details like airspeed, wingspan, and your aircraft's maneuvers. Using the correct AAS profile is going to be critical for a gun's kill. If you're trying to gun an F5 but you're using a profile for an A-10, you're going to have a bad time. Since the F5's wingspan is less than half of the A-10, you would pull too much lead if you line him up in the funnel and shot, which happens to be a pretty good segue into how to use the funnel.
Don't you mean MiG-28?
Maybe. It's classified. Using the funnel is really easy. Once you've expertly maneuvered your A-10 behind that MiG-28, maybe using a 4G negative dive, exploiting that weakness with its inverted flight tank.
Rumor has it they can do a negative G pushover, actually.
Alright, let's dial it in.
Sorry, it's hard to put that horse back in the barn.
Understandable. Okay, so using the funnel is as easy as getting behind the bandit and pulling so that the target's wingtips just touch the inside of the funnel.
Sounds pretty easy.
In theory it is, but there are some considerations. Firstly, in the A-10, we don't have a radar backing us up to provide a no-shit, dead-on aiming solution. So even when used properly, the funnel is still a best guess. Because of this, it is advisable to fire a 1-second burst and rake the target with bullets by either starting to shoot out in front of the target and relaxing the G so that it flies up the funnel, or start behind the target and pull harder to bring it down the funnel. Also, when shooting air-to-air, we turn PAC off, so we get more bullet dispersion to effectively shotgun the target a little more.
Yep. I understand.
That is smart.
Definitely. The next part of the gun symbology is the Air Mass Impact Line, or AMIL. The AMIL is a solid line that extends downward toward the ground near the top of the HUD. The AMIL shows your bullet drop from just out of the muzzle of the gun to 2 seconds time of flight. Even though the 30 by 173mm has excellent ballistics, we still have to deal with aerodynamic drag and gravity.
This is the AMIL, this thing. Okay. Your bullet drop from just out of the muzzle on the gun to 2-second time of flight, even though the 30 is excellent ballistics still deal with aerodynamic drag gravity. Okay.
Roger. Just like in the air-to-ground mode, we have the gun bore line at the top of the HUD. Nothing different there. So the last thing gun-specific we'll talk about here is the MRTS lines at the bottom of the HUD.
I think that's these things.
The multiple reference gunsight lines are the 5 centrally collapsing lines at the bottom of a HUD in an arc. The MRTS lines help you to pull the correct amount of lead when at medium aspect angle.
Care to expand on that a bit?
Sure. So if we're approaching a bandit head-on at high aspect,
Slow
or
down.
from behind, low aspect, Our gun funnel will do a good job of lining up that shot. However, it's not well suited for medium aspect. The MRGS lines will help position ourselves for a good tracking gunshot. We discussed how the funnel uses the target's wingspan to line up a valid shot. Well, the MRGS lines are going to be compared against the target's fuselage. What we're going to want to do is position ourselves so that the length of one of those MRGS lines is equal to the length of the target's fuselage. If the target is larger than the line, we're pulling too much lead and we need to relax G to create some distance. If the target is smaller, we'll need to pour more lead to get into the right position. Keeping the bandit's fuselage equal to the length of the lines will help you walk around the circle and arrive at a good range and position to transition back to the gun funnel for a shot.
So the MRGS lines are not used for targeting, just to help you get into position for a shot, yeah?
That is correct. Before we move into the AIM-9 stuff, let's go through setting up a manual profile within the Air-to-Air Submenu, or AAS, real quick.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Alright, put the IFC into test, then scroll down and select AAS. Are you now looking at the AAS?
Let me get in the stern first, Biff.
A-firm.
Alright, so we can see all the standard profiles, but notice there's not one for your MiG-28, so we'll make one. Scroll down to Man Fixed for manual fixed wing and select it by pressing Enter on the UFC.
Done.
Okay.
We can now build the manual profile for the F5. Sorry, MiG-28. As you can see, we can input values for the wingspan, fuselage length, and airspeed. While we know the target's wingspan, the airspeed is going to change, so give it your best guess. If memory serves, the F5 has a 25-foot wingspan and is like 47 feet in length. We'll say with that small wing, it'll be at about 275 knots. Go ahead and put all that into the AAS. You're going to need to select the line you wish to change, and then using the data rocker on the UFC, adjust the value.
$25 for the wingspan. .47 feet of length. And speed 275. Store. Okay.
Alright, 25-foot wingspan, 47 feet long, and 275 knots all inputted.
Great. Scroll down to Store and hit Enter. This should take us back to the AAS profile page. Let's pop down and look at the man rotary profile real quick.
Alright, I have the manual rotary profile open.
Perfect. Notice how we do not have an option for target speed, and here wingspan is replaced by diameter of the rotor disc. It says rotary wingspan, but it implies the disc diameter. Head back out to the AAS menu and I'll show you how to activate and deactivate profiles.
Okay, back looking at the profile page.
Good deal. The active profiles are those that have a circle off their left side. Go ahead and deactivate everything other than the A-10, SU-25, and the man-fixed profiles for me, please. To do this, simply move the pointer wheel next to the profile and hit enter on the UFC.
Go ahead and deactivate A-10, this SU-25. And the man fixed. Oh. Hit enter on the UFC. Well, that doesn't work on the man rotary. Because when I press enter, I go into the man rotary page. Okay, well, that doesn't work for the rotary.
A-10, the Frogfoot, and my manual fixed-wing profiles are all active. All the others are off. Except for the manual rotary. I can't turn that off.
Yep, I forgot you can't disable either of the manual profiles.
Okay.
Nonetheless, hit exit and put the IFC back into on, and then scroll through your AAS profiles as you did before. Now, when you scroll, you should only see the profiles we left active and not all the others.
Oh, these are my gun papers. I have to go A to air. A-10, man rotary, man fixed. Yep. It works.
Sweet.
Go ahead and go master arm and gun pack both back to safe.
Okay.
Both switches safe.
Alright, moving on to the AIM-9 stuff, which there's not a lot of. As you know, the only air-to-air missile we carry is the AIM-9 Mike and the training version, the CATM-9 Mike, or simply CAP. The AIM-9 Mike is a short-range, all-aspect IR missile. We typically carry 2 by on the DRA when we're downrange, if there's a chance anything could get into the air. We carry them for self-protection, of course, but you never know when we may get to take a shot at a helicopter, or maybe even an unsuspecting fixed-wing aircraft. First things first, though, I'm going to need you to be real cognizant that those are live AIM-9s out there. I'm going to slide out in front of you so you can see how some of this works. You will be locking me up with a live missile. The margin for error is going to be non-existent. It is critical that Master Arm is in training and you keep your thumb off the pickle.
Understood.
At this time, I want you to place the Master Arm switch into the down position and verify that you're in train.
Yep. Train.
Master Arm is set to train.
So, with the AIM-9, you'll notice that when you go into air-to-air master mode, the AIM-9 will come up automatically by hearing the distinctive growl and seeing the Seeger reticle cage in the top center of the HUD. infamous Sidewinder growl will sound continuously while you've got a missile on the rail and are in air-to-air mode. If you have the seeker caged and there is a heat source within the seeker's field of view, the growl will change to a higher pitch, indicating that it sees the heat, whether it is a target or something else emitting heat, like the sun. If you uncage the seeker at this point, it will snap towards the heat source and achieve a lock, which has its own tone. Once you have a solid lock, the Sidewinder will then switch to the higher pitched lock tone. From this point, the Sidewinder will automatically maintain lock until you command it to break lock, a larger, more juicy heat signature appears, or the target exceeds the seeker's dimple limit. All you have to do from here is press and hold the pickle until the missile comes off the rail and hope it guides all the way to the target. Being IR, it's a fire and forget missile. The only thing you need to do once the missile is away is prepare for a follow-up shot should it bite off on a flare or just miss.
Roger that.
Okay, let's have a look at actually using the damn thing.
Let's do it.
Are you still back there in a good position?
Yeah, I am. I am a bit farther back. Oh, my brakes are on. I'm sorry. Okay. Options. Take 10. Take 1.
Affirm.
The first thing I want you to do is, with the seeker cage, manually place my jet inside of the seeker reticle in the HUD. As my jet nears and falls within the reticle, notice how the growl changes in tone. Then, while the seeker is still caged, move my aircraft away from the reticle. Notice the pitch change again, and also that the reticle does not follow it.
Alright, I see what you're talking about.
Now, I want you to maneuver me into the reticle again, and this time hit China hat forward short. This will uncage the seeker with me within the seeker's field of view. The seeker should snap to my aircraft and lock me up. You will hear the lock tone. Do this now and let me know when you have me locked up.
Options. Take 10. Take 1.
I've got tone. Good luck.
Nice. Moving on. Hit TMSF short to break lock and recage that seeker. Next, we'll look into screwing the seeker to the target and the circular scan pattern.
Okay.
Sounds great. Ready when you are.
Alright, I want you to maneuver so that my jet is out of the HUD and just above it. Once you've done that, we'll look at the circular scan and consistent self-track mode.
Alright, I've got you just above the HUD.
Great. Hit TMS forward short once for me to get into circular scan. Verify you see the seeker reticle moving in a circular movement. Also, if you run into any issues with the seeker from here on, it's a good habit to just recage it and try it again. To recage the seeker back to bore sight, hit TMS aft short.
Okay. TMS forward short. TMS aft short. Options. Take 10. Take 1.
The reticle is moving in a circular pattern in the HUD now.
Great. Now that the seeker is in circular scan and you have given it consent to self-track, whenever you place me back into the AIM-9 scan zone and it sees me, it will automatically lock onto my aircraft.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give that a try once or twice. After you've locked me up, it is still TMS aft short or China hat aft short for brake lock and regauge.
Okay, that works. Options? Options. Take 10. Take 1.
Seems like a pretty easy operation. I've managed to get it to work, and I'm ready to move on.
Great, let's move on to manual slew mode now.
Alright,
let's see.
I'm ready.
With manual slew, you're going to have to move the seeker around via the TDC. It's a pretty simple operation. With the HUD SOI, just drive the reticle to the target via the TDC. When the seeker gets near a valid heat source, it should automatically lock onto that source. Hitting China hat or TMS aft short will break that lock and regauge the reticle. Give that a quick try for me and let me know when you're ready to press.
Okay. Let's press. It works. Take options. 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 Take 10. Take 1.
No problems there. Let's move on.
Sweet! There is one other method to get the AIM-9 onto a target, and that's using the targeting pod. So, we'll have a quick look at the pod's air-to-air mode, then how to use it with the AIM-9. Get the pod spun up and in air-to-air mode. Once you're ready, let me know, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Alright, the pod is on and in air-to-air mode.
There's not much to the pod's air-to-air mode. The HOTAS commands are the same as the air-to-ground mode. When you enter air-to-air, your pod will be four-sided looking at the gun bore line. Simply steer your jet to get it on the target or slew the pod towards it. Note that while in air-to-air mode, the TGP will still have all the same field of view, zoom, and CCD IR functions as the air-to-ground mode has, but there will be no indication where the pod is looking, unlike in air-to-ground. You're going to want to put the target inside of the 4 field of view bracket. When this happens, you'll see rates at the bottom of the TGP page and a cross appear over the target aircraft. A quick press of TMS forward short will command a point track on the aircraft indicated by the pod centering the target in the middle of the display, with the tracking cross over it and rates changing to point at the bottom of the MFCD. From here, sway the HUD and press China hat forward long to slave the AIM-9 to the track.
That sounds highly efficient.
To be honest, I'm glad it's a feature we have, and it would behoove us to train to it, but I think that 98% of the time it's going to be quicker and easier to padlock the fucker, put him on the nose, and get a good old-fashioned lock the way Pappy used to back in NAM.
Agreed.
I'm glad you do. So, with that said, let's give this process a try. If you'd like to adjust your position to give yourself more room to work, feel free to do so. It's actually easier to do this with a few miles between you and the desired target. Just give me a heads up when you're ready to proceed.
Okay, let's get a few miles. Okay, 3 miles out. Slow her down. keep it in points. Two miles. Points. Doesn't work. It works. Still 1 mile out. Let's slow her down a bit. Okay.
I'm ready.
With pod in air-to-air mode, get a TGP track on the target by slewing the pod so that the target flies through the field of view bracket. When it does this, press EMS forward short once to get a point track on it.
Yep.
You very well may need to try this a few times. Once you've got a good point track on them, let me know and we'll move on to the next part of the process.
I have a point track. Is that the tanker? Options. Take 10. Take 1.
Good track.
Kick ass. Now that we've got a good track, China Hat forward long to slave the AIM-9 to the pod. When it does this, it will also lock the target if it's within gimbal limits. Listen for that lockdown. From here, just hit pickle and the missile will be on its way.
Let's
Roger.
go.
If for some reason you need to recage the AIM-9 or really do anything to it HOTAS related after you slave the seeker, you're gonna have to restoy the HUD to do so.
That makes sense.
I think that will just about cover all the AIM-9 things aside from missile rejection. It's not super uncommon to have issues with caps, things like no tone or won't cool. Hell, we fly the piss out of them. Hopefully, the lives will be a little more dependable if we ever need them.
Point track.
Regardless, we have the capability to reject the missile and step to the next one if we have a problem getting one to
China
work.
Hat forward long.
To reject the missile, hit China Hat aft short twice. Again, hitting it once recages the seeker. The second press will remove it from service. If you accidentally hit China Hat aft twice and did not mean to remove a missile from service, have no fear. Continue rejecting missiles. Once all of your missiles are rejected, they will all be returned to active status. Fancy that.
Roger.
With that, let's start putting some of this to use. Let's start by getting you to employ simulated sidewinders on me.
Let's do that.
I have waited so long for this.
I said simulated, so don't get too excited. Alright, Kermit, the very first thing I want you to do is make
Yep. Master Arm is in training.
Master arm set to train.
Good. Gun pack down in the gun arm position.
Set.
Gun arm set.
Good. The first thing I want you to do is simulate a TGP queued AIM-9 shot on me. Find me in the pod, leave the Sidewinder to me, and shoot it. After that, I want you to employ the other one using a circular scan.
Roger, stand by.
Okay, slave. Taking the simulated shot. Okay, shot.
Dust 2-1, Fox 2.
Good. Now go to circular scan and shoot the second one.
Circular scan. Let's hot soy. Here's a circular scan. Oh, it's just wandering off. That was it. Circular, yeah, there we go. Okay. Fox 2.
Dust 2-1, Fox 2.
A few considerations with the winder. Even though the 9 mic is all aspect, it is always going to have the best chance with a tail-on shot because of the hot engine exhaust. Also, even though it does have flare rejection, it will still bite off on them given the right circumstances. As a general rule, the less time the missile is in the air, the higher the PK will be. That really is a balancing act, though. You don't really want to launch it out there at the bleeding edge of its range and give the guy enough time to drop the throttle, cool the engine, dump out a bucket of flare, and put himself between the missile and the sun. At the other end of the spectrum, you don't want to be so close that the missile does not have time to maneuver, or you wind up flying through a ball of
just
sheet
keeping
metal and
track.
rivet.
Speaking of range, I'm assuming we can range with the pod, but is there anything new in the Charlie to feed us that info?
Correct. There's nothing in the jet that gives us ranging information in the HUD or otherwise. The pod can give us range data, but you'll need to pick up the contact in air to ground, then get a point track on it, then laze it, which as you can tell is going to be problematic in most, if not all cases. The best thing I can tell you is that you're going to have to estimate the range in Fox 2 when you're within range and all that.
Roger that.
To cap that off, we typically like to shoot the missile between 1/2 and 2 miles. Also, when you do shoot it, try to pull a little lead so that the missile has to maneuver less, thus leaves less energy to get to the target. Changing subject to the gal, let's quickly talk about fed, then work on your aerial gunnery. So the Firing Evaluation Display System, or FED, is going to give you several pairs of dots that are spaced as wide as the target's wingspan along the bullet's trajectory. The dots start at a time of flight of 0.18 seconds and range out to 2 seconds. FEDs will display in the HUD as long as the trigger is depressed.
What? That's it?
Well, as its name implies, it's a system for evaluation. After you shoot today, we'll review your tape. Part of that is going to be reviewing your gunnery. We'll use feds for that review and evaluation. It's a debrief tool, that's all.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, now I want you to go in for a good gunshot.
Roger, going in for guns.
As you close in, try to get into a good offensive position. The control zone. Stabilize if the situation permits. Go for that sweet, zen-like gun skill.
Roger.
Okay, gonna lead him. Gun. Okay, let's just slow down a little bit.
Tusk 2-1, guns, guns, guns.
Good deal. Are you ready for the real thing? Or do you want to practice some more in training mode?
No, give me the real thing, man. Options. Take 10. Take 2.
I'm ready to go now. Let's roll.
We ride north.
Okay. Blackjack. Where is he going? .377.8.
Blackjack, Tusk 2, leaving Elgin for Caliente, Charlie.
Tusk 2, Blackjack copies. Contact Whetstone on 317.450. Good day.
Whetstone, 317.45, Tusk 2.
Two's up.
Whetstone, Tusk 2 with you, leaving Elgin for Caliente, Charlie.
Tusk 2, Whetstone, good to have you. Drone airborne and orbiting as fragged. Darsar has picture, Whetstone has control. Squawk 4077 and ident.
Whetstone with control, Squawk 4077.
Okay.
Tusk 2 with the flash.
Tusk 2, radar contact. Proceed to IP cores, maintain Angels 12, report tally on the drone. First drone will be guns.
Head to IP cores at 12,000 and we'll report when visual for the gunshot.
Visual friendly, tally, enemy.
No, I think
What?
that I should not follow him. I should go north.
Call tally for enemy, not visual.
Point taken.
Also,
Okay.
before we get there, re-enable the F-16 profile in the air-to-air submenu. You remember how it was done, right?
Let's just go to course. Options. Options. Take 10. Take 1.
Affirm. Good point. Alright, Biff. Where's this guy gonna be?
He should be up near Steer 4 at 15,000. If you're not able to find them, feel free to call Dark Star on 114.500 and get bra from them.
Dark Star 144.500. Options. Take 7. Take 4.
Overlord 1-1. Tusk 2-1. Request Bogey Dope.
I don't think this works like this. Options.
Tusk 2-1. Overlord 1-1. Bra 031. 435 at 15,000. Flanking.
03 15,000. Okay. It's not gonna give me bull skulls, but just in case. Did you want me to use guns first? I don't remember.
Tusk 2-1. Overlord 1-1. Bra 027. 429 at 15,000. Flanking.
29. Okay, let's go arm, master arm. Don't need my laser. Let's wait for my next Brackle.
Tusk 2-1. Overlord 1-1. Bra 028. 427 at 15,000. Flanking.
He's just circling over there. It's 27 miles out, 26 miles. Okay, 15,000. Let's go a little bit higher. Actually, let's stay just below 15. So I have a better picture. Okay, let's stay at 14.7.
Tusk 2-1. Overlord 1-1. Bra 021. 420 at 15,000. Flanking.
Oh, visual. Tally. Tally, tally, tally. There we are. Air to air. F-16. Guns. Stay below him.
Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 024, 417 at 15,000, flanking.
024. It's not. Is that number 2? Did I get the wrong one? Just get. Just. Oh, there. So let's just. Switch off.
Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 01349 at 15,000, flanking.
Oh, it is that one. Okay. So I was wrong. It's okay. Tally.
One's visual, F-16.
Tally.
Don't tell me, tell Whetstone. Just when you do, it's tally, not visual. Remember, it's target, not ident Mooney flying VFR. Also, do remember to put your master arm in arm position.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Whetstone, Tusk 2-1 is tally, F-16.
Tusk 2-1, Whetstone, roger. Clear to hide on that target with guns.
Guns.
Tusk 2-1 in with the gun.
Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 016
Let's just get
45
closer.
at 15,000, flanking. Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, merged.
Okay.
Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 11741 at 15,000, cold.
Tusk 2-1, guns, guns, guns.
Hell yeah, man. Nice shooting.
Whetstone, Tusk 2-1, splash target.
Okay.
Tusk
Choo
2-1,
choo
copy.
choo.
Push your
Choo, choo, choo.
270-423 at
Tusk 2 pushing for IP
16,000,
Budweiser.
flanking.
Angels 12 will report tally.
Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1.
Alright, this guy
Okay.
Sounds like a party.
Should be fun.
Let's find him first. Go up to Budweiser, get my Brackle. I think it was always 270, but
Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 270, 420, at 16,000, flanking.
270 for 20. C3, let's not shoot at that one. Let's biff. Oh, tally.
Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 264, 418, at 16,000, flanking.
Yeah, Viper, that's not returning fire. It's easy. Okay.
Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 266, 410, at 16,000, flanking. Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 258, 46, at 16,000, flanking. Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, merged.
Oh, he's coming my way.
Tusk 2-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 016, 40, at 16,000, cold.
Okay. What's this over there? Oh, this E3.
Tusk 2-1, Tally Viper, IP Budweiser.
It's already dead. I'm sorry, I forgot to.
Tusk 2-1, Raj. Stand by for launch authorization in 30 seconds.
It's already dead.
Tusk 2-1, standing by for the shot.
Yep, that was dumb.
Tusk 2-1, fights on.
Okay.
Tusk 2-1, you are cleared hot on your target.
Thank you.
Good kill. Whetstone, Tusk 2-1, splash target.
Tusk 2-1, Roger, you are cleared to RTB.
Whetstone, Tusk 2-1 is RTB at this time.
Blackjack. 377, that's right.
Blackjack, Tusk 2-1 is with you just off Budweiser, RTB.
Tusk 2, Blackjack, climb and maintain Angels 15, fly direct Moapa, contact Nellis approach now, 291.725. Good day.
Climb and maintain Angels 15, direct to Wappa, and contact approach for Tusk 2. See ya.
Approach 291.75.
Approach Tusk 2 with you, climbing for 15,000 direct Moapa, looking for visual stop, 2-1 left.
Tusk 2, Nellis approach. Roger, continue direct MOPA. Expect visual 2-1 left. Squawk 4031 and ident.
Okay.
Direct to Moapa and Tusk with the flash.
Tusk 2, radar contact.
Tusk 2, fence out.
Don't
Who's
know
fenced
what
out?
this- One fenced out, 6-0.
Leads, fenced out.
Let's go for Nellis.
What you think? Holy smokes, that was awesome.
Yeah, man, good time. Not a bad way to spend $100,000 every time you pull the trigger, huh?
Let's get on the
Wow,
line.
that's 9 mics cost, huh?
Yep, well, around about. Back in my F-15E days, we would descendle for a big checkered flag exercise. There were like 5 to 7 Air Force and Navy squadrons there shooting 9 mics, X's, 120s. The cost for all of that was eye-watering, but it was great training and validates that our stockpile is serviceable and our PK is what we think that it is.
They actually shoot down F4s for that, right?
At the time, yes. They pulled F4s out of AMIL and reginned them, flew them down there as manned aircraft for a while, then converted them into unmanned, full-scale drones. They also have sub-scale targets which we shoot as well, by the way. As you've seen now, they're starting to use F-16s as full-scale targets.
So, any parting shots on today's sortie?
Of course. I neglected to mention the ECM pods. Just remember that we do have an airborne threat mode. If you're defending against a MiG or whatever, make sure the pod is in that mode and go music on.
Noted.
And maybe a word or two about the AIM-9 mic. Even though the 9 mic has improved flare ejection in practice, it still leaves a lot to be desired. That is why it's important to bounce your foe when he doesn't expect it and try to remain unseen until it's too late. If you deny him the opportunity to defend against your missiles or mitigate the amount of time and opportunity he has to maneuver against it or put out some flares, the higher the AIM-9's PK is going to be. The old adage that it's the guy you don't see that kills you is still as true today as it was in the skies over France in 1915. Also, make it a good habit that as soon as the first missile is off the rail, you're preparing for a follow-up shot with the next missile. Of course, hold that second shot until you're sure whether or not you need it, but be ready as soon as the first missile goes sailing by the target or goes stupid off the rail.
Words of wisdom. Thanks, man.
That's what I'm here for.
Then maybe I'll pick your brain a little more. Any tips for engaging the helos?
Sure. If able, I'd try to get underneath them. It's going to be easier finding them against the blue sky than the ground. If that's not possible, just do the best you can to locate them. A lot of times, the AWACS is going to have a hard time seeing them because they're so low, so you won't always be able to get broad on them. If you know the general area they're in, just work that area until you find them. Also, I tend to keep my sideliners in circular scan anytime I'm looking for something. The missile has found a target before I've seen it several times.
Copy all.
Also, it is worth mentioning don't get too comfortable when you're hunting helicopters. Firstly, you're going to be well within AAA range. Hell, even small arms more than likely. Also, helicopters are not defenseless. Some carry IR missiles, laser-guided missiles, and turret-mounted cannons. They can reach out and touch you. Don't wind up a kill mark on an Mi-28.
That would be embarrassing for sure.
Okay, let's descend on 15,000. $15,000.
Tusk 2, confirm you wanted a straight in for 2-1 left.
A-firm, straight in stop for Tusk 2.
Tusk 2-1, roger. Cleared visual 2-1 left.
2-1 left.
Tusk 2-1 is clear for the visual for 2-1 left, thanks.
Okay, Biff is behind me.
Tusk 2-2, proceed to apex and give me a right-hand orbit.
Right-hand orbit over apex, Tusk 2-2.
Oh, he wants 2-2. So I can go in straight. It's 29 miles. Let's put it on 5 degrees down. TAC and runway 21 left. Cannot read this. Reduce my speed.
Tusk 2-1, contact Nellis Tower 327 decimal set.
327.7, Tusk 2-1, see ya. Nellis Tower, Tusk 2-1, visual left, stop.
Tusk 2-1, Nellis Tower. Winds 330 for 10, confirm gear, clear to land, runway 21 left.
Okay, 3 green. Landing lights.
Tusk 2-1, 3 green, clear to land on the left.
Okay, let's go. Flaps full.
altitude, altitude.
Okay, good.
Task 22, Nellis Tower, winds 330 for 10, confirm gear, clear to land, runway 21 left.
Tusk 22, gear, clear to land, 21 left.
Okay, I don't flare. Okay. No slow down.
Tusk 21, clear at Alpha, contact ground 275.8.
Clear at Alpha. Contact ground, Tusk 21.
Two 275.8. Did I hear that correct? Yep. Nice. Two.
Ground, Tusk 21, clear of 21 left, holding at Alpha. Taxi for the Rabbits.
Tusk 21, taxi Alpha, Golf for parking.
Alpha and Golf, Tusk 21.
Oh, of course. I am not going to Thunder. Going to my initial position. Okay. He's flying around. Going to shut down and get out. Okay, that's the end of the campaign. This was a lot of fun. Very educational. I'm looking forward to part 2.